Marcus had been awake since 4 in the morning. He ironed his only good shirt twice, practiced his answers in the bathroom mirror, then kissed his sleeping 7-year-old daughter on the forehead before quietly slipping out the door. This interview was everything. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of small moments to change lives, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness True Stories. Also, tell us in the comments where in the world are you watching from. The position at Harrington Enterprises. Paid 3 times what he earned at the warehouse, and he had spent 6 weeks preparing for it. 6 weeks of online courses, mock interviews, and late nights after his daughter went to bed. His hands were steady on the steering wheel, but his heart was pounding. The GPS showed he would arrive 12 minutes early. Perfect. Then he saw her. She was pulled over on the shoulder of the highway, standing beside a silver sedan with the hood propped open, waving her arms at passing cars. Every single vehicle flew past without slowing down. She was an older woman, elegantly dressed, and she looked frightened. Marcus checked the time. He had 22 minutes before his interview. He told himself to keep driving. He told himself someone else would stop. He told himself he had a daughter at home, depending on him to get this job. But his foot pressed the brake anyway, because he was not the kind of man who could look away from someone in genuine need and still recognize himself in the mirror afterward. He pulled over, stepped out, and jogged toward her. "Ma'am, are you all right?" She exhaled with visible relief. Her name was Eleanor, and her car had simply died on her. She had no roadside assistance. Her phone battery was at 2%, and she had been standing there for 30 minutes while the world rushed past. Marcus looked under the hood, identified a loose battery cable, and tightened it with a small tool from his glove compartment. While the engine restarted, he waited to be absolutely sure it was running smoothly. He checked the time again. The interview had started 4 minutes ago. He felt the weight of that reality settle into his chest like a stone dropping into still water. Eleanor watched his expression and asked what was wrong. He told her honestly. He told her about the single father part, about his daughter, about the 6 weeks of preparation, about what the job meant for their future. She listened without interrupting. She thanked him quietly, and he nodded, got back into his car, and drove to Harrington Enterprises anyway, deciding he would at least explain in person what had happened, even if the opportunity was already gone. The receptionist told him the hiring manager was unavailable. He asked if he could leave a note. She gave him a piece of paper. He wrote a brief, honest explanation, left his number, thanked her, and walked back to his car with his prepared answers still folded neatly in his jacket pocket. He sat in the parking lot for a moment, then drove to pick up his daughter from her aunt's house, telling himself that character was not measured by outcome, and believing it, even though it hurt. 3 days later, his phone rang. The voice on the other end introduced herself as Eleanor Harrington. The hiring manager had not been unavailable by accident. She had been in a board meeting when her assistant told her a man named Marcus had shown up late and left a handwritten note explaining that he had stopped to help a stranded woman on the highway that morning. Eleanor had asked to see the note. She recognized the timing immediately. She had made a call. Marcus was offered the position not out of charity, but because Eleanor told her executive team that a man who gives up something real to help a stranger, without knowing there is any reward waiting on the other side, is precisely the kind of person she had spent 30 years trying to build her company around. Marcus started the following Monday. He framed the job offer letter and hung it in his daughter's room, not to impress her, but to remind her someday that doing the right thing is rarely the easy thing, but it is always the worthwhile thing. The road that seemed to cost him, everything had quietly been leading him, exactly where he needed to go. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel Kindness True Stories, where every story is a reminder that goodness still exists and kindness still matters.